So my name is Joseph Ogutu, Chairman Safaricom Foundation. I'm very, very delighted to be here at Kingeero Primary at the invitation of the Rotary Club of Langata. And the Rotary Club of Langata are launching a very important project in my view, which is the digital learning program. And the digital learning program is so key now as we look at the future of work.
What inspired the Kingeero project is the kind of work Rotary has been doing with schools for the last almost 20 years we've been in existence. Rotary Langata, we have helped a lot of schools with libraries, constructing classrooms or refurbishing classrooms, providing desks and all those kind of things. But this time we're like, we now need to do something that is more impactful for students. And especially during the COVID times when this idea came up, we realized that a lot of the public schools in the underserved communities were completely shut down. And because of that, you just find they are competing against other global kids who have access to education. They were not really disrupted because they were able to continue with learning, distant learning through the internet. So for us, it was actually the lab or building labs was actually a way of helping kids in underserved communities to have the same advantages that you find in the developed world. If you look at Africa, I think only 6% of kids in rural areas have access to computers. We are here to try and change that.
We are moving into a digital world, and it is so important that our kids at this early stage have the equipment and the facilities to be able to allow them to compete, to function, and to be able to contribute to the development of our country and indeed of our world. So this digital learning program is so critical to be able to equip these young people, but also more than that, to prepare them to be able to be active actors in the world that we are moving into, which is a digital world.
Most of our households in rural areas do not have the income to be able to actually invest and buy and support internet access and even computers. So for us, it's how do we bridge that gap? How do we go to these communities and in our small way contribute in spreading digital literacy, which will be very key for these students, especially as they go out to the job market.
From the ground I've come from, I've never seen such technologies. I have never used a computer before.
The school provided a classroom, and that classroom was refurbished for purposes of security and also comfort of the children. We put tabletops in the computer, we bought seats, and we partnered with Computers for Schools Kenya, which is a company that has been working on similar projects for the last 20 years. So the partnership has enabled us to be able to equip the lab with computers, with software, with content, especially the learning content, which is KICD approved, and as well as open source programs that the children can use in the school.
The partners that supported our pilot project, Kingeero for the Digital Lab here at Kingeero, we had Rotary Club of Brampton in Canada, who supported us in cash, and we also have the Rotary Club of North Point, Hong Kong, who supported us with computers. They sent us brand new computers. And we also had another partner, Allied Medical Trust, who is a Rotarian in the Rotary Club in Hong Kong. So she's the one who helped us connect us with Rotary Club of Hong Kong.
As a fundraising director, my appeal to the club is when you come and see a project like this, from concept to inception, it justifies the effort of what we do. When we started over a year ago to fundraise for this project, it was on paper. The only thing we knew is that we were going to do a pilot school called Kingeero. We hadn't identified the classroom. Then we got a designer, an architect to draw for us to give us the renders. So to see it come from there is such an uplifting moment. So my appeal to members is, we have a target of about 10 schools over the next 3-4 years. In any small way that you can be able to contribute. It could be financial, it could be your professional services, it could be in terms of your time and contacts that you're giving us to be able to raise money. This is what we are trying to fulfill. We have a proof of concept that this project is actually viable. So my appeal to members is, come on, please, let's come and get together and do as many schools as we can be able to do.
I'm truly very happy because of the digital lab presented to us by Rotary of Langata, because it will go a long way in improving the digital literacy in our school. For one, the work of our teachers will be made easier. In the advent of CBC curriculum, now a lot of things are supposed to be got from the digital area. Now with the guidance of the teachers, learning will be interesting. And for the teachers, it will be very easy for them to pass the content that they wanted to pass. Because some of the things that we needed to teach, some of them are not tangible. But when we go into the computer, we shall be able to get some of these things, which will make the teaching very easy for our pupils.
Sasa nimefurahia sana vile tumenunuliwa kompyuta hapa shule. Sasa watoto wetu wataelimika vizuri sana. Ujumbe wangu kwa Rotary Club Langata ni kupeana mashule kompyuta, na ni leo nimedhibitisha, nimewaona huku kwetu na nimefurahia sana.
We joined Rotary not only for the friendships and the networks, but to also really serve and change lives out there. And I think this really gives us an opportunity to change lives in a big way, and in a subtle way that the impact lasts for a very long time. For the general population, our partners, I think there is an opportunity to change a kid's life.